Hi, my name is John. Nice to meet you. Welcome back to the Young Talk About YouTube channel where we talk about anything and everything. Today we're going to talk about How I Met Your Mother Season 2. We're going to take a look at every episode. We're going to rate them from worst to best. And then at the end of that, we're going to take a look at the characters and rank them worst to best. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every single upload. Let's get started. Pow! At number 22, we have Lucky Penny. This one is about Ted and Robin going in an airplane. He misses his flight for Chicago for a possible job, and they try to retrace the steps on what made them wait for the trip, and ultimately it was themselves. This was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. I gave it a 3 out of 10, but it's not a bad episode. It really isn't. But to me, it just feels like the Barney subplot about him wanting to do a marathon was weird because Marshall couldn't do a marathon, and yeah, it was just weird all around. It's not a bad episode, but it's just a 3 out of 10 because, respectfully, I didn't really care for the story. Like, business trip gets postponed for something that happened 5 months ago. I get it, because sometimes long-term stuff really hones in on you and really makes you suffer for something down the road. But it's just not an episode that I would particularly like. So number 22, 3 out of 10, go to that one. Go to Lucky Penny. And at number 21, we have Columns. This is when Ted takes over and he becomes the boss, and Druthers, played by Bryan Cranston, protect him with all you got. Protect him with everything. I don't care what happens, we need to protect him with everything. But Druthers, he was fired, and Ted became the boss. And yeah, Ted's fine. Again, every episode is fine. I gave this one a 4 out of 10. It's fine. It just wasn't something that I would necessarily like to rewatch again. Druthers had a heart attack, and Ted is dancing, saying, "You're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired." Like, it was poor taste. And this proves that Ted Mosby is not a good guy. I don't like him. I don't like Ted Mosby. I think Ted Mosby is the worst character of this whole series. But right now, we're just talking about the episode, and we'll get to the character rankings. We will. At number 20, we have Monday Night Football, episode 14, 4 out of 10. Now, this isn't horrible. I like the concept. They missed the Super Bowl because of a funeral, because a bartender died who they didn't know about. But they had to go to that funeral and they missed the Super Bowl, so they plan on having it they planned on watching it the next day, and then when the next day came out, they were trying so hard not to get, like, spoiled. This is when we get the cool goggles that Ted wears. These are funny. But yeah. This is the episode where Barney is Cameron, where Robin is, yeah, she has to do the news. Lily has to make sure that Marshall and her don't, hear it, and yeah. Ultimately, everyone heard it except for Ted, so that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a great episode, don't get me wrong. It's just that kind of made me like, it lacks story, in my opinion. So that's why it's at number 20. So at number 19 we have Showdown. Episode 20. Episode 24 out of 10. Showdown is when Barney goes to see Bob Barker because he thinks Bob Barker is his real father. It's funny. It is. Obviously, I feel like he knew he wasn't his son, but he had a little bit of hope. This was just sad. Like, it made me feel bad for Barney. Not in a good way either. It just made me feel bad. Yeah. Like, it just made me feel like, oh, buddy. That's what made me feel about Barney in this episode. At number 18, we have Stuff. Episode 16, 5 out of 10. And you know what? This isn't a bad episode. This is the episode where Lily has that god-awful play and Barney tries to pay her back. That was funny. Some other stuff happened in that episode. Oh, we got another slap at the end because Barney was irritating Marshall so much that he slapped Barney. And Barney was, like, basically teasing Lily. Like, I bet you're not going to say anything bad about my play. Anything bad about my play. That was funny. This season was the best season. One of the best seasons, at least. Yeah, it was great. Number 17, Aldrin Justice. Episode 6, 5 out of 10. This rocks. So, okay. Lily needs a job, so she works with Ted, and she's his assistant. But Ted's boss, Druthers, played by Bryan Cranston, the amazing Bryan Cranston, is mean. So she took something very special to him, and yeah, basically treating him like a little kid, and that was funny. There's not much else to go off of in this episode. So, yeah, I feel like Aldrin Justice was specifically made for Aldrin, which is fine. I mean, she's not really my particular favorite character, but it's fine all around. Number 16, Olivia Fierro. I probably really butchered that, but episode 17, 6 out of 10. This is when they say goodbye to Fierro, Marshall, Fierro. They all shared great moments, like when Barney was driving, when Lily and Robin built food, and yeah, good times had by all. They tried to push the car out, but couldn't because, yeah. But yeah, it was also a fun episode. It's just, along with the title, it's hard to understand. Like, we don't see the fear, and all of a sudden the fear is a big deal. I get it, but I also don't. At number 15, we have First Time in New York, episode 12, 6 out of 10. This was, okay, so, Robin's sister comes into town and wants to lose her virginity, and Robin doesn't want her to. Ted takes the group and her boyfriend to the skyscraper. And yeah, I actually the Empire State Building. Sorry, not the skyscraper. Skyscraper or Empire. You know what I was trying to say. Empire State Building, and that was a lot of fun. They were waiting in line all the time, reminiscing about their first time. It was, it wasn't anything good or special, but it was fine at best. At number 14, we have Brunch, and this one we had the parents of. No, wait, hold on. Episode 3, 6 out of 10, Brunch. This was the episode where his parents come and visit. He finds out that they split up because Barney is saying that he was a good wingman, and then come back and he's making out with a young hottie, not him. This one, Lily and Marshall was trying to fake being a couple, but ultimately hate each other. But they kept like hooking up in the bathroom and stuff. That was funny. I really like this. I know it's weird, but I like this episode. I mean, I get it, but I also think it's funny. And this episode really held on to the idea of we need to tell a story. Because Ted iterated that he wanted to know how they met, how the parents met, and he's going to tell the whole story, the long story. Turns out it was 9 seasons long, and I don't understand how that could be dragged on, but I digress. Number 13 is Swirly, and I gave this 6 out of 10 as well. Episode 7. This was Crazy Eyes Marina Backward. So this was when Marshall and Crazy Eyes had a date, and yeah. They date. Lily is in the apartment because of something. I forgot. Barney has a nickname Swirly, and Robin and Ted have been making fun of him for that. But other than that, not much happened. Crazy Eyes and then Lily and Marshall got back together at the end. It's fine. Not bad, not good. Fine. So, yeah. At number 12, we have the Scorpion and the Toad. This is the episode when Marshall and Barney are talking to chicks, and Barney keeps stealing Marshall. We find out why he keeps stealing Marshall's girl. But this was funny. This was great. Yeah. Then Lily came back from San Francisco. Yeah. Lily reunited with Ted and Robin before reunited with anyone else. But Robin, they all got drunk and Robin was still drunk at the end. So that was funny. But yeah, good episode. Again, I'm going to reiterate, everything is good in this season. Some low points, some high points. But most of it is good, so. Number 11 is Moving Day, episode 18, 7 out of 10. This was when Barney sold the moving truck because Ted and Robin were going to move in together. Now, this was funny because Barney used the moving truck as a hookup spot to take chicks to the U-Haul, and it was funny. It wasn't like funny in a good way. It was funny, but also a little sleazy. But it's Barney. It's also a TV show. It's not real. Like, if this was real, it'd be a whole different story. But it's not. So we get to laugh. We can have fun with it. Number 10 is in Atlantic City, episode 8, 7 out of 10. This was when Marshall and Lily decided to just get eloped. Things made it so they couldn't get eloped the easy way. So then they went on a boat. We found out the gambling side of things with Barney. So that was something. And then, yeah. But when they were on the boat, they wanted to get married. They won actual wedding. So basically, this episode was pointless. Robin wore a bikini shirt, and apparently Ted was all over that. I don't get it. But yeah. Number 9, Ted Mosby, Architect. Episode 4, 7 out of 10. Okay. Barney is... Barney's funny in the season. He's using plays no matter how disgusting, no matter how sleazy it is. He's using plays, and it's funny. Robin and Lily go investigate because Robin thinks Ted is cheating on her. He's not. Barney's just being a womanizer and going after women using this phrase, Ted Mosby, Architect. Yeah. It was funny. Episode 8, World's Greatest Couple. Episode 5, 8 out of 10. Okay. This was honestly one of my favorite episodes. And here's why. Because Barney and Lily were tasked to live together for a little while till Lily can go and get in her own apartment. However, so Lily comes home one day, and this girl who wouldn't leave Barney, thinks Lily is his wife. So she slaps him and then leaves, and then Barney hasn't made an idea he can bang chicks and then pretend they were a couple, so they made the whole house loving, and yeah. It was great all around. I love it when they do these odd pairings episodes. So that's why it's at number 8. Number 7, Something Borrow. This is the episode where Marshall shaves his head, like in the middle, because he's nervous about the wedding, and I would be too if I would get married. But yeah, this was a great episode too. Barney crying at their own little tiny ceremony was cool because they were both, Lily and Marshall were both nervous, so they did a little ceremony outside, and that was cool. But yeah, they were all nervous. Scooter was there. Scooter's funny. And I love finding out who's married and who's not, because I didn't know that him and Neil Patrick Harris were married. I didn't know that. When I found out, I was like, oh, that's funny. Number 6, How Lily Stole Christmas, is when they find the old answering machine, plug it in, and then Ted called Lily a bad word. I think we can all guess what that word was. And yeah, Lily took all the Christmas decorations out, put all of them in, and when Ted went home, they came back to get Ted and did a Christmas carol. I believe Barney was sick. So, yeah. And the reason Ted said that word was because she left him as a friend too. It wasn't just leaving Marshall, it was leaving him too. So that hit me in the heart a little bit too. It was an emotional episode, and I loved it. Number 5, Something Blue. This is the actual wedding, and Barney's trying to figure out what happened with Robin and Ted. We find out that they broke up. And yeah, that was fine. I mean, the build up to it was cool because they kept telling stories piece by piece by piece. They didn't want to tell Marshall and Lily because they didn't want them to be nervous. They didn't want them to make it all about themselves, so they decided to tell them afterwards. So, yeah. It was fine. It was a good episode, but it was very emotional when it comes to the relationship side. So, yeah. Number 4 is Single Stamina. This is when James comes into the fray, and when Barney finds out that James getting married and that he has to get married to adopt, and Barney is all for marriage when it comes to a little baby, and he was so happy, he was so excited, and yeah, he's happy about it. Barney is happy about it, but towards the beginning, he wasn't. James is gay, so yeah. I do love that they got him to be played by him. I forgot his name all of a sudden. Damn. You guys can tell me in the comments. Number 3, Where Were We? Episode 1, 9 out of 10. Okay. This is episode 1. And this started the whole season. And this was a gut punch because he thought Lily was back in town. Lily was not back into the city. She got her identity and her credit card stolen. And yeah. When Marshall arrived at the hotel, he punched the guy out. Turns out he was a bad guy, so good. Episode 2 is Bachelor Party. This only hit me hard because of what happened at the end. Remember when I said Barney was stealing girls from Marshall? Here's why. Because he went to San Francisco, he asked Lily to come back and be with Marshall. And that was cool. Marshall and Lily are meant to be together, and that's what Barney said. And that was a cool little thing to hear. It was a cool little thing to see Barney do it. He got on a plane to San Francisco and saw Lily and told her to come back. So that was cool. And yeah. Marshall didn't know if Barney should be a groomsman because he ruined the bachelor party. Lily told him what happened. And ultimately he became the best man because what happened? Honestly. Like, why wouldn't he be the best man? But at number 1 I have Slap Bet without any doubt, honestly. Slap Bet is the perfect episode. The reason it became an episode was because they had a bet. And this started the 5 consecutive slaps. Is Robin a porn star or is she married? Answer, neither. Why did Barney get 5 slaps? Is because he slapped Marshall premature. And this was when we finally heard the hit song, Let's Go to the Mall Today. Let's get into the characters. At number 5, I have Lily. She was annoying as hell. Trying to get after Marshall when she left, trying to make everything right, but also ruining everything else. That just got annoying. Number 4, we have Ted. Ted. Him and that druthers thing really drug him down that card for me. And I couldn't stand it. It was irritating. It was awful. Ted was the worst. Was one of the worst this season and one of the worst in the series. Number 3, Robin. She didn't really do much. She was just the girlfriend of Ted. Like, that's pretty much what it was. Not much. Number 2, Marshall. He went through emotional heartbreak. He went through emotional came back with Lily and everything else. He's the angel of this season. But unfortunately, I'm giving number 1 to the devil because number 1 is Barney Stinson. Have you met Ted? Like, he's the best. And it's so funny. But yeah, number 1 is Barney, number 2 is Marshall, number 3 is Robbie, and number 4 is Sam, number 5 is Lily Aldrin. And give me your ranking of the characters down below. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.